Hello everybody, welcome back to another Fife Circle line video here on Train Sim World 4. We're at Edinburgh Waverley and we're going to be checking out the inland part of the loop from, well, it goes up to Glenrothes with Thornton. So let's get in.
Rosyth, Dunfermline City,
All the announcements.
Dunfermline, Queen Margaret.
There's quite a few stations.
Lochgelly, Cardendon, Glenrothes with Thornton.
Yeah, that's where we're going. Glenrothes for with Thornton. Right, left side door release. DRA on. Neutral.
We'll sort it.
We'll get that off as well.
Sorted.
There we go. Still can't believe there's not really any functionality with the TMS though, / my track. I mean, it just doesn't do anything, which is surprising. Let's turn that on. Can we register? Can we register? Let's have a look. Maybe not then. So what you would put in is 2 Golf 5-1 and then you'd put 487. That's all you'd put in and then press the tick. But sadly we don't have that. Headlights already on, so that's good. And something I didn't show you in the last video, so I apologise sincerely, is the guard panel, which actually works really well. Hopefully that audio is okay. Might be a little bit noisy. So we got to wait for something to come in. But yeah, we'll use the guard panel so we'll get the door shut. If we energise our door actually. Cool, as we await departure, hopefully we're not waiting too long. There's an IET over there. What on earth, what are we waiting for? What has the signal can go before us? Well, you're overhanging that signal, so that could be why. Maybe that is why. Well no, that shouldn't affect us, no. I'm not too sure what we're waiting for, so what we shall do is we'll get the doors locked. No, let's get back in it. Quickly SG the signaller. No route available. Okay. Yeah, let's. Just trying to figure out what would be stopping us going. Yeah, let's close the doors. We'll just do it from in here and see if then it then changes. There we go. That's exactly what it's done. It shouldn't do that. This one's still open, so we energised it. Oh yeah, do that. Get that one shut. Right, we'll do that at the next station. Let's just shut that one. Right, let's go. No, let's get that on. That's not. Yeah, there we go. But yeah, it shouldn't do that. that's cheat. That's naughty. You shouldn't have to close the doors for then the signal to change. But off we go. I must admit, this is actually the second time I'm recording this video. As I did one all the way, it was fine. And then, well, it wasn't fine because there was things not right, so I binned it. So we're doing it again. So I sort of know what to expect. But yeah, we'll go along as we do. I've picked a slightly quicker service. This one doesn't stop at South Gill doesn't stop there. South Gales, something like that. And I've gone for a slightly earlier morning service. Across we go. But yeah, in the Turbostar. Which the horn sounds really nice. The sounds are sort of 50-50. Like they're okay. They're not perfect, but they're not like really bad. They're just sort of okay. I saw a Turbostar yesterday, actually, a 171. I nipped down to Eastbourne. So yeah, it was a bit of Turbostar action there. Right, let's speed that up a little bit. Should get the announcement going off soon that we're coming up to Haymarket. Let's put that into full, notch 7. There you go, here's the announcement. Somewhere. Announcements.
We'll soon arrive at Haymarket.
Haymarket, there we go.
Don't forget to take your belongings with you before you leave the train.
I'm sure we won't forget our belongings when we leave the train. How long we go though? So it's a relatively long service. Well, an hour. Especially it's an hour for both. An hour up to Markinch if you go via Kirkcaldy, but also an hour to Glenrothes as well. The thing which puzzles me is the fact that there's no like loop services. They are all. Well, it's weird because Glenrothes isn't actually connected with a train service to Markinch or Kirkcaldy. So if you're trying to get from Glenrothes to Markinch, oh actually no, saying that, I think Thornton is actually where the station is. Glenrothes is like a mile above. Yeah, if you're trying to get the other way around, you're screwed. You have to get the bus. Obviously, you've got to go all the way to Inverkeithing and then all the way back up, which isn't really practical. What if they actually ever did run a full loop service? Seems a bit weird not to. Or let's not have this service terminate at Markinch and then run back from there. Here we are, this is Haymarket. And we shall use the guard panel for this. What's this one, wasn't it? Yeah. And it works. You get, I'd say you probably do a video on it, but you probably can be a guard on here. Which I like. Door deselect. Of course, we'll wait until it's time, which it will be straight away. So let's start getting the door shut. The all lights have gone out. Obviously, this one's still on because this door's open. De-energise that. No, not that. Close doors. No, don't open the... Close the door. Unbelievable. So I was trying to close that one and I accidentally clicked the door one. Right, there. And we'll reply to that. Let's go. And yeah, I'd imagine... Well, I mean, the train's not going to be able to move if the doors are open. So you probably can do that for AI services as well. So go and be the guard. I will try and get a video out for that. Maybe if we just do Inverkeithing to Dunfermline, where all the stations are quite close to one another. Do a little run there, guarding. That sounds fun. Off we go. Should see some 385s knocking about. Still really weird because this route also includes the line to Linlith Go. So you pretty much get a quarter of the Edinburgh Glasgow route within this route, which is really bizarre, and sort of makes me think that the 385 should just be included as a base train for this route, because I mean, who's going to be driving the 385 service on here if you can just go on Edinburgh Glasgow and do the full length to Glasgow Queen Street? It just doesn't make much sense. So I think ideally, as they've included the line to Linlith Go, they should just include the 385 as a base train. It makes no sense. Well, I mean, it makes no sense to be able to drive it that far, because if you're driving it, it means you have Edinburgh Glasgow. So why would you be? There's no point driving it on here. You drive it on there. So slightly bizarre, but yeah. You can very much, although it's not a spawn point, I don't think. which makes it even weirder. Like the when you're spawning in, you can't spawn in at Linlithgow, but in service mode you can. It's like, it's a bit weird. It's like it's not meant to be there. Neutral section doesn't apply to us, of course. Got 3 miles to Edinburgh Gateway, so we get to skip out South Gale or South Gyle, which is good. We like skipping stations. Cool. Yeah, there is something this route does lack, and it's rolling stock. It just is, and services as well. It's not enough. I think there's 90. Oh, was it 90 services for the 170, and there's like a whole chunk of the timetable just missing. Being the Edinburgh to Cowden beef services, which are even weirder services. We'll get to that once we're a bit closer to Cowden beef. Yeah, they're missing as well. Unless they'd be included with the 158 DLC, which is slightly wrong because they should really just be included with the 170, and if you then got the 158, they'd just substitute or replace it. Yeah, I think what would have been best for this route is the 158 releasing alongside it. That would have been that's what needed to happen. Or even, yeah, an Inter-7 City, which we've already got the HST from Great Western Express, which I think is the MTU, which is the Inter-7 City ones. Which if it is, couldn't they have reskinned that and upgraded it and included that? But it's not all negative. Rivet Games have put out a post saying that post-launch, they're going to add in rail tour services and the Cowden beef services. No, they haven't heard anything about freight service. I don't know, is freight like big on this route? I mean, this is sort of technically the Scottish East Coast main line, so I'd imagine there must be some freight on here. Unless we don't have the correct rolling stock for it.
We'll soon arrive at Edinburgh Gateway.
Edinburgh Gateway.
Don't forget to take your belongings with you before you leave the train.
I'll try to take my belongings. There's also another thing which is just annoying me about this route is the lighting on it. The lighting is just really weird. I've seen a few people mention it in the server, and that's because I mentioned it in the first circle that the lighting looks a bit funny. I think somehow it's using sort of TOD3 stuff alongside TOD. What's the best way to explain it? TOD3 is like the old pre-Trainson World 3 lighting. So this route seems to be using some things from that time, which then sort of all mixed together with the new lighting just looks weird, quite washed out, and just not right. So hopefully that can be sorted, because yeah, it just looks odd, the lighting. Let's get the door shut. Down many next. Let's go. Let's watch it leaving Edinburgh Gateway. Oh, that's quite a nice ride actually. It's a really nice train. Rivet have done a really good job with the models and looks of the train. No complaints there. And then Rivet are good at modelling. coming in. Yeah, that's one of its big strong points is modelling trains. Really, I mean the 150 modelled really well. It's just the audio and the physics which are a bit like ooh. And it's probably, I suppose, the same for this train. The model itself and the inside is all just really, really good. But it's the other things which sort of, yeah, let it down. And you've got Edinburgh Airport on the left, which looks, just, yeah, best not discussed. Oh we go though. 3 miles to Dunfermline. Fly along. This bit of the route's fairly quick, and well, I mean 100 miles an hour along here, so it's yeah, quite a quick bit and fairly sort of well, not flattish, sort of as we're heading towards the Forth Bridge, and then the train all changes and it gets a bit hilly, and whereas this part of the route here is a bit like Edinburgh Glasgow, fairly straightforward and flattish and quick. Yeah, once you get over the Forth Bridge, it all changes drastically. And also another thing, the foliage, the trees, everything is just exactly the same. Whereas, well, you know, we've been seeing on some of the, say, compared to some of the other third-party developers, Just Trains, I think all of their sort of vegetation was all foliage. It was all sort of newly done. Dovetail barn, you had all the different bits and pieces on there. Whereas on here, it's literally just the same tree and same everything, everywhere on the route. So everywhere just looks, the landscape, or sort of the colours and the foliage, it just all looks the same. Whereas if you play something like Dovetail Barn and begin at, was it Badville Bell, and then go to, I don't know, halfway along the route to, oh, I can't remember the place, what it's called, but it's just halfway along the route where it joins up the map. It just looks all completely different. It's like, wow, you know. Whereas on here, it's sort of, yeah, all the trees, they just look all the same. I know that's slightly petty, and all the trees, but it's true. They're all just all the same. Which sort of, yeah. Right, coming up to Dunfermline. There's the announcement. There's the other line, which is modelled, which connects up near Lynlithgow, which might have been why that's been included.
You'll soon arrive at Dunfermline.
Just then it's, I suppose, modelled.
Don't forget to take your belongings with you before you leave the
Before
train.
you leave the train. Quite a cool little yard here. Carriage sidings or whatnot. We're at Dunfermline. And then you've got the Forth Rail Bridge, which should be just round the corner here. Which for me really is a special site on the route. Oh, we're going to miss the stop marker here. Oh, yeah, we've missed that. That one's quite close to the... Actually, that's not too bad. Oh, actually, that's... I mean, it's not the nicest of stops, but we've still stopped on the stop marker. Well, it's not like essential to stop on the stop marker. I mean, if you've undershot the stop marker, that's concerning. But if you've gone past it a little bit, it doesn't really matter too much. I say it all the time, well, not all the time, but regularly in real life, for the driver might go a little bit past the stop marker, and doesn't matter. You got the soft horn you can do as well. Right, North Queensferry. I suppose it's still flat here. It looks like it's going uphill, but apparently it's flat. So I'd love to see this train, or the 171, the Turbostar, on something like the Oxted lines down to Uckfield. Or an East Coastway expansion to Orr, and then having to run this between Eastbourne and Orr. Oh, that'd be awesome. Right, then we're on to the Forth rail bridge, which for some reason hasn't loaded in yet. And we're on the Xbox Series X, which basically is like a PC. So that's, I mean, considering it's like one of the biggest structures, I mean, that one's loaded in there, but yeah, where is it? Where's the superstructure? And distant scenery, of course, just looks. Ew. Where's? Oh, there it is. There we go. It's decided to turn up. Across we go. You've still. I mean, there's been a few updates actually since I've been recording this. Yeah, there's a few build updates, and I believe the build update I'm on now is the one which will be releasing. So the one basically you guys will be playing. But you still can't really. I mean, you can see the pillars of the newer Forth Road Bridge, but it's still not there. Which is, it's like one of the other massive structures. It's like it should really be there. Oh, and there's the other thing. That. And it's like, what on earth is that over there? Yeah, distance trainer really hasn't been done great on here. Which is a shame, because I remember when, when this route got announced, I think I mentioned sort of distance scenery sort of has to be, you know, good on here, because especially say when you're literally when you're up here, you can see for miles around. But as you can see, I mean, I can see like the edge of the thingy over there. It's just not being done well, the distance scenery. I mean, look.
North Queensferry.
What is that?
Don't forget to take your belongings with you before you leave the train.
That's like a Minecraft super flat over there. Oh, hang on, is it loaded now? Oh, it might have loaded now, but still. That thing should be loaded. So, yeah, the render distance seems to be. I mean, look, I can see the edge over there. It's like, oh. Like, it's just, I don't know, coming from Bernina line to this, it's like. what's happened? Anyway, coming into North Queensferry, so we're almost onto the bit we haven't seen before, being the bit, up to Dunfermline. Dunfermline? Almost onto there now. There we go. I still think. Sure, would it say Glenrothes or Thornton? I don't know what COS boards it would have here in real life, but it would probably say like G and then dash Robsworth Thornton, so it fits on the board. But I still think the 170 looks really good. I mean, I genuinely Rivet have done a good job with it. Then yeah, the sounds would say are mediocre. You know, they're not bad, but they're not good. They're just sort of in the middle. Oh, hang on, our cab door's still open. Maybe the guard was trying to get in. I mean, that proper is first class. Right, let's go. Inverkeithing next. Yeah, the sounds aren't bad. They're just not like great. So yeah, the train itself is really is at a good level. I think for it to be great would be, yeah, the sound's being a bit better, a bit more functionality on the TMS, GSMR working, and maybe that screen maybe being on, and maybe you could, I don't know, do something with it. There you go, down 1 in 70 now. Proper changes once you get over the Forth Bridge. Cool. Just over a mile to Inverkeith, and we'll do that at 6:40. So we're still, the time that was relatively, I mean, it's not nice. The timing is on here. Doesn't seem to give you much time. No, it was the red light at Waverley which put us back a bit. And you go over the little bridge here, and you got the Rosyth branch down there, which is sort of all overgrown and disused. The landscape changes a lot on this route. I mean, it's yeah, I suppose you could sort of split it up into 3 parts. This route, you've sort of got the fast / iconic bit being North Queensferry to Waverley, sort of quite flat. Forth Bridge being the iconic, famous bit, and sort of coming down here quite steep over to Markinch being sort of the coastal section with lots of coastal scenery. And then, well, going left, which we're going to be doing, you go on to the Dunfermline bit, which feels a lot more sort of commuter, yeah, commuter-like, lots more stations closer together. So it's lots of, yeah, I mean, in terms of sort of variety on the route, scenery-wise, I suppose, and sort of how the route feels, it's quite good. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's almost like, well, 2 in 1, 2 routes in 1. That's a shame in real life that the services don't go all the way around the loop, or at least go, you know, past Glenrothes to Markinch and terminate there, then go back. So you can't really, go up to Glenrothes and be like, oh, I'll go and drive a service down the coast now. You can't do that. Yeah, this is Inverkeith. 1 person off. And yeah, we're going left here, which will take us towards Dunfermline City. And we're still 3 minutes late. Boo. Right, let's go. Rosyth is our next stop. Is that how you say it? Rosyth? Sounds right. Rosyth. Possibly. Cool, off we go. We are off. Lovely. Up to 30. Very nice. Yeah, so we're splitting off from what we sort of already know. We're on to into the unknown from here on out. Just over a mile to Rosyth. They're all sort of relatively close together, which makes it sort of a perfect place to do a bit of guarding. We will do that as a video. I don't know if that will be today. if you're watching on when this is premiering. It might just be these 2 videos, because I mean there's not really much to do on the route. And yeah, you might have seen in one of the Discord servers. Like I said, I've done well because I had done the 2 and now I'm redoing this one. There's not really much to do apart from doing the Glenrothes service, Mark Inch service, and vice versa. Apart from that, it's not really anything. I mean, the 385 service we don't need to do because it's pointless, because we've got Edinburgh Glasgow. I mean, maybe we will, but there's not really much to do. I suppose we could stick an 801 on here and put it in diesel mode, see if it makes it. Maybe a HST. Then I'd probably leave that for other days. Could even just reskin the 158 and pop it in ScotRail livery on here. It's sort of, yeah, I mean, it lacks life a little bit, as it's just the 170. That is it, just the 170. The timetable is barren. But yeah, again, Rivet have addressed this post-release. They will be adding in a few more bits and pieces, but really that should have been on launch. Right, coming up to Rosyth. Then we get Dunfermline City, Dunfermline St Margaret's, and then a few more stations, and then Glenrothes with Thornton chocolate. I have like that hardly any of the stations have a gate line. Sort of just trust. I mean, people up here probably are more trustworthy to just buy a ticket, or they know that they're going to get thrown off the train by the guard if they don't have a ticket. Whereas down this way in the country, fare evasion is rife, because people know, there's not really any power. It is a lovely looking train. So I get the doors shut, 4 minutes late now, and yeah, Dunfermline City next. So we are getting there. Foot warmer, we'll whack that on. Right, let's go. Oh, probably should have done a hill start. Oh, let's whack it into full. Have some of that, there we go. In fact, let's just put it in full and see how quick it can accelerate. Although saying that, we are on a 1 in 99 gradient, so it's probably not going to accelerate that well. Nice. Well, I'll be sticking this in on East Coast way. Stick it in Southern livery and whack it on East Coast way. Job done. Line side scenery is not too bad along here. I mean, this route as a whole, the line side scenery is acceptable. Yeah, I mean, yeah, line side scenery is okay. It's more just distance scenery, which is sort of like, ooh. Which Rivet absolutely nailed on Bonina line. The distance scenery on there was great. Or at least a lot better. I mean, look at this though. What is this all about? I mean, it's not even a fence here. Anybody could get on the tracks. So yeah, sort of barrenness as I describe it as. Sort of 2D fields. Yeah, coming up to Dunfermline. Oh, I think that's what it is. Dunfermline City. That's where we sort of start turning to go the right way. Cool. Got there, 50. But yeah, if you have made it this far in the video, thanks everybody for watching. Feel free to leave a thumbs up, and if you want to see more of this, feel free to subscribe. We do plenty of Train Sim World, and of course plenty more to come as well. I'm just thinking what the next UK release is going to be. I don't think we... Well, probably the 158, I suppose. I don't think we know any... Maybe Cargo Line, Volume 2.
We'll soon arrive at Dunfermline City.
I don't think there's any more UK routes on the roadmap, is there? Or is there? Oh no, I think there is a new UK route on the roadmap, actually. Where are the AI cars? See, there are some AI cars about, but it seems they're not ever on the main roads. So the main roads are just completely empty. Station announcements. So the on-train announcements aren't the real announcements. But I mean, yeah, they're good enough. Oh, we're stopping up here. We can do that. Bit slow, but here we are. This is a Dunfermline City. Here we are. Some early morning service. Cool. Come on, get us out of here. Dunfermline. Onwards to back into the, well, the countryside. Still 4 minutes late, so the timetable really is not very lenient. Right, use the hill start button here. Sort of releases the brakes a bit slower and sort of keeps it on until you're, well, in the power mode, and the train powers up straight away. GS mast turned itself off. What are the wipers like on here? Can't hear anything. Well, it's completely silent then, it seems. I thought, what was the train? Was it the 700 where when it's dry and you put the wipers on you hear the squeaking sound? That would be cool to have. I think yes, that happens on the 700. Right, not too far to Dunfermline, Queen Margaret. Dunfermline is probably one of the bigger places on the route. Let's have a look at Google Maps. I suppose that's probably why you get the cowed and beef shuttle services, which are not really cowed and beef shuttle services. They're proper weird. Yeah, Dunfermline. What's that up there? Oh, Kirkcaldy's another sort of big place. Yeah, Kirkcaldy and Dunfermline are sort of the main two places. And Dunfermline, well, is a city, which actually is about the same size as Kirkcaldy. And then Glenrothes is a big place, although where we stop is completely... how far away is that? Yeah, Glenrothes or Thornton is about a mile and a half actually away from Glenrothes. Let's start popping that down. Dunfermline, Queen Margaret. But yeah, the Cowden beef services are just really, really weird. They're not in the game at the moment. But yeah, they're not really Cowden. Well, they go to Cowden beef, and you think, oh, once they get to Cowden beef, the driver must change ends, and it uses the crossover to go back down to Edinburgh. But no, they get to Cowden beef and then run fast to the triangular bit of track of Glenrothes, and then go back to Cowden beef to start again, which takes 30 minutes. It's like, what on earth? What timetable plans? What on earth? Unless it can't cross over at Cowden beef, which would be bizarre. Right, Dunfermline, Queen Margaret. Seems like sort of a newer station. Probably isn't, it's probably like an old station. There's a 2-coach stop marker. Where's our one? Where's the 3-coach? So we've got a 4-coach. I just really hope when the 158 comes out, you can get 158 and 170 services together, as that's how they operate in real life. They usually bash them together and run them, well, as you know, 170, then a 158, so 5 coaches. Well, I feel like the chances of that are slim, but it would be nice to see, because it's realistic. Right after this, we have got Cowden beef, Logelly, Cardigan, and then Glenrothes with Thornton at 7:16, but we are 4 minutes late. So it's going to take a bit longer. 5 minutes late actually now. Gets worse and worse. Right, Cowden beef, let's go. I'll use the hill start again. So yeah, we're there now. So we're now sort of heading the right way. As we make our way along. Cool. We will get to where... We will get to Glenrothes eventually. It's quite a... It's a long old service. Cool. Here we are there. I suppose the DSD pedal isn't something you can press. Wire that up. Go. Yeah, it looks really nice though. Like the model itself and all the bits and pieces inside look really good. And you got there the teacup there, the track circuit operating clip. You've got your red flag and detonators in that bit down there. Same sort of layout as the Electrostar. Oh, well, this is the Turbostar. I mean, the 172, the 172/2s was it? They literally look like Electrostars. But then again, the 357, which is an Electrostar, looks like this. So we have a Turbostar / Electrostar family of trains. Yeah, sort of cross over each other in terms of looks. But just imagine this, like this train, electric, on the C2C coming into Fenchurch Street. How cool that would be. Although unless you get 7 notches of power, not 4. Yeah, what's everybody's thoughts on the route so far? Are you a fan or not really a fan? Because I mean, I don't know this route in real life, so I can't really sort of comment, you know, how things look as opposed to real life, too much. Two miles to Cowden Beef. That's probably Cadden Beef. Cadden Beef. Can't imagine it's Cowden Beef. Cadden Beef. That sounds a bit more Scottish. Where are the power lines? Pylons without power lines? Yeah. Should be power lines really, shouldn't they? Going across, that's the point of power lines. They're not meant to be there looking pretty. Meant to carry their juice wires. Just over a mile. Oh, let's put that down. Get a bit over there. Nice bit of speed there. Yeah, so real life, realistically you have shuttle services between Waverley and Cowden Beef. But then they continue as empties to Glenrothes and back, which is just like bizarre. Because there's actually a crossover here. It's slightly weird. Let's start popping that down for Cowden Beef, or Cudden Beef, Cudden Beef. Should get the announcement going quite soon. There we go. There we go. Eventually.
We'll soon arrive at Cowden Beef.
Oh, it is Cowden Beef.
Don't forget to take your belongings with you before you leave the train.
I see you've got a crossover there. Well, unless it's not signalled correctly. Which looks like it is. Yeah, it's just really bizarre, the services which terminate here, just the way they run as empties all the way to Glenrothes. It's like, what's the point of that? Just run it in service. Is it signalled correctly? Yeah. You've got a, yeah. Yeah, so you could go across here, but they, it's just so bizarre. Oh, why don't they just terminate here, driver changes ends? I mean, there probably won't be another service for quite a while. And then, yeah, head back down that way. But no, they run as empties. Which is just, puzzles me. Right, next up is going to be a log alley. Which isn't too far away. On our late running adventure. Let's go. Let's watch it leaving. Where are the cars? There's no life around here. Let's wake everybody up. There it goes. Okay. Let's keep an eye. 1.7. Gonna have a little flyby shot. Oh my god, there's a 35 here. Tell me about that. So we shouldn't get our nice external shots. There's always blooming low limit. Around we go. Oh, hang on. Got to go back out. Look at that. I mean, there's no line side fence here. I mean, these kids playing football on the field here. If they just want to go and have a wander on the railway line, I mean, feel free to. There's no boundary fence. I can't imagine it's like that in real life. And there's no boundary fence on this side. Loch Gelly, is that Lake Gelly down there? I think that's what Loch is, isn't it? Sort of a lake. Lake Gelly, is it? Well, I guess it might be it there. That's still a mile away though. Bit of cattle in the fields. I mean, something going on. Oh, hang on. I've just spotted something. Is that what I think it is? Hang on, I'm pretty certain I spotted something. Did I? I thought I saw the donkey, which is like a little Easter egg. I think it's just from afar. The sheep look big. Yeah, that over there. Maybe not. 1 mile. Lots of just barrenness on this bit. The bits just look off. Anything that's so bright as well, and yeah, like a bit like when Midland Mainline released from Skyhook Games, and the sort of scenery has sort of the really shiny, almost like polished fields, because it was literally just a 2D texture. It's the same on this route. Obviously, Skyhook have gone back and really extensively improved Midland Mainline, so the fact it's probably now one of the best looking UK routes. I thought the announcement should be a little bit sooner after the initial bing bong. Loch Gelly.
Don't forget to take your belongings with you before you leave the train.
We won't. Here we are. Oh yeah, big thanks to Dovetail for giving us the key to show this off early. Yeah, this will be out tomorrow. £29.99, about 10 AM on consoles and about 4 PM on other platforms. Don't go too far. Stop. Yeah, that will do. Here we are. Oh, here comes another 170 coming in. It gets quite a good service at this time in the morning, but I think it then goes to every hour a bit later on. Yeah, so it sort of changes after that. Let's quickly leave the cab. As I said, this is the second version of this video. And look, I want to change. See, it's just like, what the hell is that? Why can't I just walk to the other platform? I know, I've got to teleport. I mean, I've never seen that on Train Sim World. Never seen that. And it's almost like we've gone really far backwards by doing that. It's like, oh, we can't even walk to the other platform now. I mean, that is just like, really, with it? Like, really? And I'll show you how far it is. Look, down these stairs here. Yeah, here. Along here. And just up to there. Which there's quite a few other routes. you know, where you get sort of those sort of walks between the platforms, but then for some reason there's a teleporter, you can't do it. You have to teleport to the other. It's just like, why? Why on earth is that a thing? Like, it's just very backwards. Right, off we go. It is Cardinal net. Cardenden? Not sure, one of those. Right, let's whack it up. Oh, have the power lines got power? They have got power lines here. Look at that. That's a relief. Cool, but along we go. I suppose, yeah, I suppose we can do sort of a summary of the route. Now we've sort of done almost the full thing now. I don't know, the sort of main points. So, I'd say, yeah, distance scenery definitely needs to be addressed and improved. Because it just doesn't look good. I mean, it doesn't look good, the distance scenery, especially when you're on the 4th bridge and you can see like the whole map tile just missing. It's like, surely, and the whole bridge is missing. It's, yeah, the render distance scenery, the weird sort of lighting on here, it doesn't, yeah, it's just bizarre lighting on it. I don't know what it is, but I'm not the only one to point it out. It just looks funny, the lighting on here. Looks like, well, an older style TSW route. Timetable, that needs to be changed and updated and more services added. I think the 385 should just be included as a base train because you've got the bit to Linlithgow, which is like a quarter of the Edinburgh Glasgow route. So yeah, the 385 should just be included with the DLC, because I mean, if you've got Edinburgh Glasgow, you know, why would you then drive it on here to Linlithgow? Yeah, I think the 385 should be included as base. I think the 158 should have released alongside this route. Just add a bit more variety to it, and maybe Rivet could have included another train with it. Yeah, into Seven City. I think I'm right in thinking that does run along the coastal bit of here. I had that. Or just, if anything, yeah, maybe the 158 should have released alongside this DLC. On the positive side of things, well, I mean, it's great to have another Scottish route in the game and being the Fife Circle. The 170 itself is quite nice. The model is really nice. The only thing that sort of puts it down a little bit are the sounds, which is sort of, yeah, just medium. They're not really good, they're not bad, they're sort of just in the middle. What else? Well, I don't know what else actually. Stations are well modelled. Yeah, stations are well modelled and well done. Good collectibles. Yeah, that's really. I'm trying to think of more things. I mean, yeah, some of the line side scenery looks pretty nice. Some of the coastal scenery looks quite nice, apart from then in the distance where it just looks horrible. Yeah, so there's pros and cons to the route. And the announcements are nice as well. That's a nice touch. I know they're not the real ones, but they're still okay. Right, Glenrothes with Thornton chocolate next. Let's go. This is technically Rivet's 3rd Scottish route, because Cathcart Circle was heavily done by Rivet Games. I mean, I think Rivet Games literally did Cathcart Circle, and I think Dovetail did the train. It's a bit like Glossop. I believe Rivet did the scenery for that, and then Dovetail did the train. But yeah, in terms of Scottish stuff, it's technically sort of their third route. I mean, Cathcart Circle, what a fantastic route that is. Edinburgh Glasgow, sort of a mid route, yeah, it's decent. So yeah, things should be getting better. I think really what Rivet should work on going forward is just slightly smaller projects. This seems like quite a large project, especially I mean the Benin line only released in January, which is only what 2 months ago. Yeah, Rivet seems to do well when it comes to smaller stuff. I mean, actually, Benin line, that's quite a long route, and that looks just stunning. So I don't know, but maybe just they should work on a slightly smaller project, something goblin-sized. Because I mean, the model's good of the one. There's just lots of things which I don't know. I just reckon they should work on something a bit smaller sized to perfect the craft, and yeah. As I don't think they're a big studio with it. But no, the route's not, it's not awful, the route. I wouldn't consider, I mean, it's not an awful route. It's just not really good quality wise. I'd literally slip it, probably put it slap bang just in the middle. Maybe slightly further down than the middle, but yeah, that's not an awful route. I mean, yeah, the 170 is really nice. The scenery, yeah, is mediocre. Like, you can still enjoy this route. It's still fun to drive. Yeah, so don't be completely put off by it, because I mean it's still a relatively good route. And yeah, you still will enjoy driving it. And hopefully things will be addressed post-release, and then it will be all happy days. Right, 2 miles to Glenrothes with Thornton. And I suppose if you're a PC player, there'll probably be some sort of enhancement pack for this coming out, so by external modders, I'd imagine. But now, we're now coming up to Glenrothes with Thornton, which is our final stop. And you've got the freight yard there on the left. Which, I mean, oh my god. Maybe it is abandoned. Maybe it is some sort of abandoned freight yard. That's why there's trees growing in the forefoot. That's what, yeah, maybe that's an abandoned freight yard. Or just a really heavily disused in like 50 years freight yard. Could be the case. I mean, if it is the case for that line being abandoned and trees just going through full size in the forefoot, at least try and make it look a bit more like it's disused. There we are, almost there. So you can't actually ever complete a full, I mean, maybe there's like 1 or 2 services, but I don't think you can complete the full loop. It's just 2 end-to-end services, which is, well, realistic. That's as it is in real life. And here we are. There's the announcement. About 10 seconds later it says we're now approaching the Glenrothes.
We'll soon arrive at Glenrothes with Thornton.
Glenrothes. That's how you say it,
Don't
Glenrothes.
forget to take your belongings with you before you leave the train.
And I think this is another really weird. I think to get it, you have to shunt it to the other platform, but then you have to sort of go up, and it's just like, why are we shunting it to the other platform when it's not really? There's a crossover there. Why just keep it here and have it run backwards and forth from this platform? There's lots of sort of things about this. It's just like, why do they do that? Well, I suppose you could say the same of ore. Where it go? Well, actually, that goes into a siding and then comes back out. Lovely. Well, there we go. That is the Fife Circle route. Let me fly along so you can see where this bit goes. So it flies along the tiniest bit, and then then it connects up with the bit up to Markinch and down to Kirkcaldy. It's just like, why don't they run the service to Markinch and terminate it there, and then quickly run it back to Glenrothes, where it could then sit for like 10-20 minutes to then go back? It's illogical. But yeah, that is going to be it from me. Hopefully everybody has enjoyed it. Obviously, thanks to Dovetail Games for giving us a key to show it off. Remember, this route is by Rivet Games. The DLC comes out tomorrow, 10 AM on consoles, 4 PM-ish on PC, Steam and Epic. Priced at £29.99. Apart from that, thanks for coming in. Links can be found in the usual places: Discord, PayPal, merch store, and hopefully see you in the next one. See you all. Take care. Bye, guys.